Hey guys, welcome back to my channel McNallie Money, home of all things stock, investment, and personal finance related. Now for today's video, we're going to be providing an update on a company that we discussed on the channel about a month ago. The company name is Hut 8 Mining, and they've been on an absolute tear since that initial video came out. So I've been super lucky with the channel. A couple of these small cap or micro cap penny stocks that we've talked about over the last few weeks have had really exciting returns. And this is no exception, you guys. So Hut 8 Mining share price is up about 3 times from where we initially covered this stock. I'm super excited about them, and they've had a number of big pieces of news or recent developments come out that we're going to talk about in this video. Now, before we get into it, you guys, please take a second to smash the like button. It really does help this channel and myself get this content to other people like you who may find value. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, McNallie Money, feel free to do so. And let me know in the comment section below if you're currently holding Hut 8, if you maybe prefer some of the competitors like Hive, and if so, why, and what you think about their future growth prospects moving forward. Now, without further ado, let's get into today's video. Okay guys, so that's right. Today we're going to be given an update on Hut 8 Mining Corp. Ticker symbol on this guy is HUT on the Toronto Stock Exchange. Now we've talked about Hut Mining on the channel before. This is my top Bitcoin related pick or crypto related play in the market right now. I'm going to give you a few updates since our last video. We talked about this stock I think about a month ago, almost a month to be exact, actually on August 8th. And since then, this company has absolutely taken off. So if you look back at a 6-month chart here, you guys, you can see Hut 8 Mining was actually trading in the low $4 range just back at the end of June of this year. So we've now tripled our share price from that point in time. This chart is actually as of close on Friday, September 3rd. You can see they had a massive day there, you guys, up over $2.15 per share Canadian. So just over 19% a share, which is phenomenal. And obviously this company really moves for 2 main reasons. Number one is their production, which we're going to talk about in a second here. And secondly is in relation to the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum, which we've seen absolutely go on a tear over the last couple of months. It hit a low of about $30,000 here in the summer, and it's regained almost all of those losses. We're going to look at a Bitcoin chart towards the end of the video here. But this stock and a lot of these miners, Hive, Hut 8, or any of the other companies involved in crypto mining obviously do track the underlying commodity, very similar to what we see with gold and silver mining companies as well. Now, at the time of our last filming, you guys, this is close to what I would consider to be a penny stock. It was in that $5 to $6 Canadian type of range. So definitely at the top end of what I would consider to be a penny stock, but penny stock nonetheless. Now, since then, this is now $13 plus. I would not consider this to be a penny stock any longer. You can see the market cap is now getting up to close to $2 billion. So definitely starting to become a more major player in the Bitcoin mining game here in Canada. And we're going to actually look at the reserve or the number of Bitcoins held by this company in a second here. And you can see that the majority of all the coins they actually mine at Hut 8 are still in their possession and still sitting in their bank account, which is ultimately bolstering the value or the market cap of this company as the price of Bitcoin moves up. Now, as a refresher, this is the last video I put out on Hut 8 Mining. You can see here this came out August 8th. 1,700 people watched this video, so hopefully some of you guys actually took action and jumped in. I know from the comment section, a number of people that watched this video were able to get in at that $7, $8 type of price point, which is phenomenal. You can see at the time of filming, Hut 8 had another massive day. They were up 10% or 70 cents. And that was as of close on August 8th. So if you were actively trading this company on the 8th of August, you could have been getting shares in the high $6 range. And that's actually exactly what I was able to do. So prior to making this video, I picked up 210 shares of Hut 8 Mining at an average share price of $6.85 Canadian. So that's my main holding in the public account. And in addition to that purchase, I also bought another 100 shares in my son's RESP account at an average share price of $8. So slightly higher share price there, but I personally am extremely bullish on Bitcoin moving forward. And Hut 8, along with Hive, you can see my video here on Hive, I think are two of the best ways to play this industry and this emerging trend over the next couple of years. So again, congratulations to anyone else who is able to jump in and take advantage of this company in the $6, $7, $8 type of range. However, I still think there's tremendous upside for all the reasons we laid out in that initial deep dive video. So I would highly encourage you to take a look at both the Hut 8 mining and the Hive blockchain deep dive analysis I did on this channel. So for those of you who maybe missed those initial deep dive videos, you're not super familiar with what Hut 8 mining actually does. They operate two different mining facilities here in Alberta, so very close to my hometown of Calgary. One's in Medicine Hat. It's a 67 megawatt capacity facility. The other's in Drumheller, and that's a 42 megawatt capacity. Now they've been aggressively building out both their megawatts and their hash rate or computing power at both of these locations. We're going to give a production update for the month of August in a second here. And the company, or Hut 8, really feels like Alberta offers the perfect mix of both weather and access to energy or power for these mining operations. Now they mine predominantly Bitcoin. They also mine some Ethereum, which they then immediately convert to Bitcoin. And that's really one of the big differences between Hut 8 versus Hive. Hive has operations in a number of countries across the world, and they mine a number of different cryptocurrencies. Hut 8 is more focused on only Alberta mining and only Bitcoin. So a few people have actually reached out in the comment section and asked me which one I prefer. Me personally, I have all my money in Hut 8 because I like that focused exposure on Bitcoin. And I think Alberta and the Canadian regulatory environment overall is very stable and very friendly to these type of operations. And ultimately, I could see this really taking off here in Alberta and becoming a major part of our economy moving forward, assuming government regulation and intervention stays at the levels we're seeing today. So now that we've quickly talked about the share price appreciation, what it is that Hut 8 mining actually does, I wanted to get into the two articles that we're going to be discussing in today's video. So number one here, you guys, and this is huge, Hut 8 on Friday has actually made it into Canada's most actively traded companies on the Toronto Stock Exchange. So if you scroll down here, you can see that Hut 8 mining actually traded nearly 7 million shares on Friday, September 3rd. And that's really putting them in the same realm as some of the major players here in Canada, like Suncor, Great-West Life, Bombardier, NextGen, and some of the big oil and gas players here in Canada. So this is big for a number of reasons. Obviously, more liquidity in any company is great as a trader of this stock. But the second thing, and more importantly, you guys, is articles like this really start to bring some of these small or micro cap companies onto investors' radar. And when 5-10 million shares in a single trading session start to trade hands, you can see how quickly companies like this can really start to get into the media and into the mainstream investor discussion. And I think that's really what's starting to happen with Hut 8. This is a company that very few people were talking about a couple of months ago, had a super small market cap, and now it's up to a couple $1 billion market cap. You can see there's a lot of channels, YouTube producers, content producers starting to put out videos on Hut 8 mining. And if you look on Stockhouse or StockTwits, Yahoo, any of the main discussion boards surrounding stocks, this company is really starting to gain a lot of traction, which is phenomenal as someone who's invested in Hut 8 mining. Now, the second thing I wanted to talk about in this video, you guys, is actually their production update for the month of August. So the share price has moved tremendously over the last month. We're starting to see a lot more people actively trading this company, which is pushing the shares traded or the volume of this company up. As the volume goes up, the popularity and the number of people talking about Hut 8 also increases. And as mentioned in the intro, you guys, there's two main reasons for this. So number one is the price of Bitcoin itself, which we've seen appreciate dramatically over the last couple of months. The second reason is actually the upgrade of production at the Hut 8 mining facility. So if you scroll down in this article, this is for August 2021, so last month production goals. They mined 326 Bitcoin in the month of August, which resulted to an average of 10.5 Bitcoin per day. Now in Canadian dollars, Bitcoin is trading right around the $62,000, $64,000 price point as of the time of filming this video. So at that type of daily run rate, you guys, if you take 10.5 Bitcoin per day, you multiply it by $64,000 Canadian, Hut 8 mining is generating about $672,000 each and every day. So it's very easy to see, you guys, why people are so excited about this company. Now, if you multiply that out by 365, that's an annual production rate of $245 million. And that assumes their production capacity stays flat to what we saw in August, which we know is not the case, as Hut 8 is continuing to build out both of these locations and bring more mining units online throughout the rest of 2021. Now, in addition to their impressive daily Bitcoin mining quota, they've also deposited 100% of all the self-mined coins in the month of August, which really lives into their hold on for dear life strategy, which we talked about in that initial deep dive video. And with this additional 326 Bitcoin that they brought in the month of August, their total Bitcoin reserve now sits at 4,450 individual coins. So again, if we multiply 4,450 by 64,000, we come out to $285 million in terms of what Hut 8 is actually holding in their reserve as of August 31st. Now, the big exciting thing for me here is number one, their production capacity is going up. So they're continuing to push their daily production quota higher and deliver more and more Bitcoin each and every day. So their earning capacity is ultimately going up. But in addition to that, the value of those Bitcoins that they're bringing in each day, plus the value of their Bitcoin sitting in reserve, is also going up. So this company is benefiting in both ways. And I think that's really why we've seen that exponential share price growth. Even when we have big moves in the price of Bitcoin itself, you'll see that Hut 8 and Hive often outpace that percentage gain. So for example, if Bitcoin moves up 5% in a single day, Hut 8 might go up 8 or 9% because people are not only pricing in the change in the underlying cryptocurrency itself, but also Hut 8's future earning potential or mining potential of that cryptocurrency. And ultimately, what's allowing Hut 8 to really improve their production quotas is the installation of 1,025 new micro BT machines, which has added 92 petahash per second to their overall hash rate or production rate. Now, in the world of cryptocurrency mining, hash rate or petahash is essentially a company's horsepower or ability to mine these coins, and Hut 8 is actively working to build out their network and their overall computing power to continue to push that Bitcoin mined per day to higher and higher levels, which again is phenomenal to see and hear as someone who's invested in this company. And that's exactly what Shane Downey, the CFO of this company, explains here in his comment section. We're excited to have begun the installation of our new NVIDIA cryptocurrency mining processors, CMPs. We remain encouraged that our previously announced strategy of mining the Ethereum network with these CMPs, but settling in Bitcoin. So they're mining Ethereum, they're immediately converting it to Bitcoin, and that's what's being deposited into their reserve, will provide compelling economics with a total cost per Bitcoin mined of under $3,000 Canadian. And that's why I'm so excited on the Alberta focused miners here, you guys, because they have super cheap access to energy. And that honestly is the biggest input cost of these mining operations. Now, the last thing I wanted to pull up here, you guys, before we close out the video is the chart on Bitcoin price itself. So you can see here over the last month, Bitcoin has gone up from about $55,000 at the start of August to just over 64,000 here on September 7th. And obviously this has benefited all of the crypto miners in a massive way. Now, this is one of the main questions people have asked me. Do I feel like people have missed the boat on Hut 8 mining? And my answer to that question is, where do you think the price of Bitcoin is going to go over the next couple of years? If you're extremely bullish on Bitcoin, which personally I am in a big way, I think you still have great upside potential in Hut 8 mining or Hive, and the sky's really the limit. Now, if you feel like Bitcoin has peaked out here, or you don't think there's going to be a lot of growth, maybe a pullback in the near future, I would say maybe hold off and don't jump in at these type of prices, because we have seen that share price go up dramatically over the last couple of months. Now, my strategy with these type of companies is buy and hold for quite some time. That's why I put my son's RESP money in here. This is something I plan on holding for the next 5 or 10 years. And I would not be surprised if we see the price of Bitcoin crack the 100K, 250K type of mark over the next 5 or 10 years. So for me, companies like Hut 8 that are executing at a high level, they're becoming more and more efficient, and they're mining a commodity that's becoming more and more lucrative each and every year, makes a ton of sense as a long-term investment. And ultimately, that's what you need to decide for yourself. Does this fit my investing style? And is this a company that I see generating more and more value over the next couple of years, or over the lifespan of the duration of time that I plan to hold this stock? So to close things out here, you guys, Hut 8 mining has been on an absolute tear over the last month. I hope that some of you are able to take advantage of this massive share price appreciation like I did and get in at those $6, $7, $8 type of price points. The company is continuing to execute. Their production quota is going up each and every month. They're installing new mining units and they're capturing or mining these Bitcoin at prices that are well below industry average, which is enabling them to keep their operation costs low and deposit virtually all of the coins they mine into their company reserve, which is further driving the market cap and the value of Hut 8 as the price of Bitcoin continues to move up. Now, I'm going to continue to provide updates on this company on the channel. Obviously, we're going to review when earnings come out or any big changes or operational updates are released from the company. But I'd be curious to see in the comment section below what you guys think of Hut 8, how you think this company stacks up to some of the other miners here in Canada, and any potential price targets or price predictions you have on both Hut 8 and Bitcoin itself. So thanks so much for watching today's video, you guys. Make sure you take a second to subscribe to the channel, McNallie Money. If you're still watching the video at this point, hopefully you found some value, so make sure you smash the like button. Thanks so much for watching and have a great rest of your day.